Prescription drug prices are going up, even for people on Medicare. Maybe you've seen it firsthand. You go to refill a simple medication and suddenly your copay has doubled. The good news is there's legal and easy ways to save money on your prescriptions, whether you're on a Medicare Part D plan or paying in cash. And in this video, I'll show you 7 proven ways to cut your drug costs in 2026. Plus, what you should know about buying medications from Canada and overseas. So let's start with the big picture. Even though Medicare has started negotiating some drug prices, costs continue to rise because of new higher priced brand name medications, inflation-based adjustments, and pharmacy network changes inside of Part D plans. So even if your plan premium doesn't change, your out-of-pocket costs might change. And that's why it's so important to review your coverage every single year to know your options. So the best way to do that is to go to Medicare.gov, plug in your zip code and medications, and you can instantly compare every single Part D plan in your area. And that might help you save anywhere from $300 to $800 per year just by simply comparing your Part D plan for the following year in the fall between October 15th and December 7th. Another thing to do is make sure you use a preferred pharmacy, because each Part D plan is going to have a preferred pharmacy and standard pharmacies. And it can make a big difference if you use a preferred pharmacy in the plan's network. You'll usually pay the lowest copay, and sometimes it can save you half the cost of it versus standard pharmacy. Tip number 3 is you can use mail order. That can often save you quite a bit as well. Using mail order through your Part D plan, they usually have a preferred mail order through the plan. If you use that, you can save yourself some money as well. Here's a tip many people miss. Sometimes paying cash through a discount program is actually cheaper than using your Medicare Part D plan. Programs like GoodRx, Single Care, or Mark Cuban's Cost Plus Drugs can often make a big difference. Now, it's important to note that if you're going to use this type of program and pay cash, the amount you spend is not going to count towards your Part D deductible, towards your out-of-pocket limit. It won't count towards any of that. So it's good to know. You need to know it. But you can save quite a bit. Best thing to do is if you're taking an expensive medication that's either subject to your plan's deductible or not covered at all, plug it into GoodRx or check out the Cost Plus Drugs. That's Mark Cuban's website. You can save quite a bit by doing that. Cost Plus Drugs is especially worth checking out. It's a US-based licensed pharmacy that sells medications at the manufacturer's cost, plus a small transparent markup plus shipping. So there's no coupons, no middleman, just simple upfront pricing that can even beat the Medicare copays on certain generics. Tip number 6 is an easy one. Always ask your doctor if there's a generic or lower cost alternative that might work just as well. Many brand name drugs have generics or therapeutic equivalent versions that cost just a fraction of the price. So switching one medication could save you hundreds of dollars per year. Granted, that medication will work just as good as your expensive one that you're taking now. Another tip is to apply for extra help through the government. If your income and assets are limited, you may qualify for the extra help program, and it can reduce your prescription costs to just a few dollars per fill. You can apply online at ssa.gov/extra help, and that could be worth it. If your income is limited, your assets are limited, the extra help can make a big difference, and it's worth checking out. Tip number 7 is use a manufacturer's or state assistance program. So many drug manufacturers on expensive branded medications offer patient assistant programs. And if you meet certain income guidelines, they'll cover part or all of your cost. So if you're on an expensive medication, that is definitely worth checking out. Let's talk about buying your medications overseas, like India or Canada. So you can do that, but under the US law, importing prescriptions from another country is technically not legal, even if it's the same brand made by the same company. So here's the truth. Under US law, importing medications, prescription drugs from another country is technically not legal, even if it's the same brand made by the same company. That said, the FDA generally doesn't enforce this rule for small personal use imports for things like a 90-day supply or less, or for your own personal use. And granted, it's not a controlled substance. Now, there are some risks. Obviously, the medication might not be FDA approved. It could be a slightly different formula or dosage, and you lose legal protection if something does go wrong. Now, there are some legitimate licensed Canadian pharmacies that follow the strict standards, but there are also a lot of scams and counterfeit websites out there, so you need to be very careful. If you're considering buying medications from outside the US, be sure to talk to your doctor. Many times you can find a US pharmacy like Cost Plus Drugs that offers the same savings without the extra risk. And remember, Medicare will not reimburse you for any medications purchased outside the US or outside of your Part D drug plan. For 2026, the Part D out-of-pocket cap is $2,100 for the year for covered medications purchased through your Part D plan. So this is going to limit how much you're going to spend for covered medications, but using all these strategies can help you save hundreds, maybe thousands of dollars per year if your medication is not covered by Medicare. And if you like this video, be sure to click like and subscribe to stay updated on all things Medicare. Thanks for watching the video, and we'll see you on the next one. Thank you.